unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Time now for sports news, and here's Charles Iruka.
Well, thanks, Bimbo. Welcome to Sports News. Former world chess champion Garry Kasparov says he is pleased with the development of chess in Nigeria. In an interview with Channels Sports, Kasparov revealed Nigeria can produce a grandmaster in the future if chess is added to the school's curriculum. The Russian, who is bidding to become the next president of the World Chess Federation, has a foundation working towards a broader development of the sport in Africa.
Nigeria, I had very, very good meetings with Minister of Education, so they are very receptive, and also I believe that it will not be difficult to raise substantial amount of corporate sponsorship to make sure we can start launching these programs. I want to see a very strong Pan-African Chess Federation. I'm supporting the President of the Nigerian Chess Federation, my friend Lekan Deme, to become the President of African Chess Federation, All African Chess Federation. And I feel that Nigeria could play absolutely crucial role, not only in the Western Africa, but across the whole continent, to become a role model for both for chess and education, but also for the professional chess, because we have to start building it from the grassroots to the high level.
And in football, there are indications that a crop of players from the African Nations Championships may soon ply their trade in South Africa. Prominent clubs in the South African Premier Soccer League have signified interest in signing 3 Nigerian players who were impressive at the just concluded African Nations Championship. Top among the players expected to sign for the PSL clubs include player of the tournament Ejike Ozoengi and defenders Azubike Egwekwe and Solomon Kwambe. There are reports that clubs like Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, Free State Stars and Super Sport United are at the forefront of the clubs desperate for the players' signatures. And in the English Premier League, well, Chelsea look on course to hand Manchester City their first defeat of the season at home. City are trailing by a lone goal scored by Branislav Ivanovic for Chelsea in the first half midway, and the game is now approaching its final minutes, but, well, anything can happen. In the United States, American boxer Floyd Mayweather is seeking fan opinion on who should be his next opponent. The pound-for-pound king has asked fans on his social media to vote for a fight against either Britain's Amir Khan or Argentina's Marcos Maidana. Although a May showdown in Las Vegas has been mooted for the British fighter, Mayweather is in a position to influence who to fight. 27-year-old Khan, who has a record of 28-3, has been holding out for a lucrative cash with the money man since his points victory over Julio Diaz last April. Mayweather is unbeaten in 45 fights. In the Far East, there is double trouble in Sochi, despite organizers of the 2014 Winter Olympics saying the infamous twin toilets were errors and aren't in public areas. The controversial two-pan toilets seem to be even more common in the city. The first toilet to cause a stink was discovered in the Biathlon Center by a BBC correspondent. And now, tandem toilets can even be found in the accommodation where international guests and the media are staying.
There was a lot of conversation about these toilets because one was seen in the Biathlon Center. Then Russians started saying, oh no, it's not really like that. That was just a place where the partition had been torn down because they were turning it into a storeroom. So they were saying that it wasn't true, that there are a lot of double toilets. Well, here we have them.
And down under, Australian swimming legend Ian Thorpe has been admitted to rehab after suffering from depression. Police were called after Thorpe was found disoriented and behaving oddly near a vehicle. According to his manager, Thorpe was taking antidepressants and medication for a shoulder injury, but was not under the influence of alcohol. The five-time Olympic champion who made his games debut as a teenager in Sydney 2000 retired in 2006, citing waning motivation. He attempted a comeback early in 2011 but failed to make the Australian team for London 2012. And that's it on sports news. It's back to Bimbo with the rest of the news at
10. Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
And on the foreign scene, two South African policemen charged with the alleged assault and kidnap of a Nigerian businessman, Mr. Thaddeus Duru, have been granted bail at the Benoni Magistrate Court just outside the city of Johannesburg. Mr. Duru was allegedly beaten up and taken away by the two officers whom eyewitnesses claim were purportedly on a drug raid at his home on January the 17th, 2014. Since then, his whereabouts have been unknown. The accused, who were initially remanded in custody, admitted visiting Mr. Duru's home but left him afterwards. Members of the Nigerian community gathered outside the court, demanding justice for one of their own. The case resumes on March the 24th. Corruption may be a lot more universal than you might think. Going by reports from the European Commission, the extent of corruption in Europe is breathtaking, and it costs the EU economy at least 120 billion euros annually. EU Home Affairs Commissioner Cecilia Malmström has presented a full report on the problem. She says the true cost of corruption was probably much higher than 120 billion euros. Three-quarters of Europeans surveyed for the Commission study said that corruption was widespread, and more than half said the level had increased. The cost to the EU economy is actually equivalent to the bloc's annual budget. For the report, the Commission studied corruption in all 28 EU member states. The Commission says it is the first time it has done such a survey. Now, fans of American female rapper Nicki Minaj will soon hear her drop a few bars on a Nigerian song as Limpopo singer KC confirms he will be featuring the rapper in his new track. Details on entertainment news with Mayowa Ogundele.
On entertainment news, dance music rave of the moment, KC has confirmed trending reports of an impending collaboration with American female rap sensation Nicki Minaj. The Limpopo singer's manager confirmed to the NetMG that KC and his sidekick Harry Song are currently in the United States of America concluding plans of a collaboration with Minaj and another undisclosed American act. Reports have it that the collaboration with the Young Money Cash Money artist will cost the Nigerian singer about 70 million naira.
Let me be your maga. Your maga. I want to be your maga. Your lover.
Popular Nollywood act Kanayo Okanayo and television diva of the early 90s, Clarence Chukwura, have returned to the big screens as a star in the Royal Art Academy new film Akpare, A Mother's Love. The two veteran actors returned from a self-imposed hiatus to team up with younger names including Belinda Effa, Mbong Amata, Millicent Jack on the Desmond Elliott directed film. Award-winning cinematographer Niyi Akimolaran also added his deft touch to the film, which is about a Bayelsan woman's quest to succeed against the odds after she was abandoned by hubby with 6 children. Still on Nollywood, the incumbent president of the Association of Movie Producers, Zik Zulu Okafo, has been re-elected for a second term after the association had its general election over the weekend. Zik Zulu last year led the industry to a successful outing of the Nollywood at 20 celebration. In rather sad news, 2 Nollywood actors, Shehu Jubril and Charles Warren, died over the weekend. Jubril, a famous Kannywood actor cum comedian, passed on Thursday morning in his country home in Zamfara State, while Charles Warren was said to have complained of chest pains in the evening of the same day. Away from Nollywood now, singer Dare Art Alade has been showing off his flip side with an impressive analysis on our program Sports Tonight.
This is serious. Dare talking sports so good.
He's weird.
Like this. And he wants me. Joey, watch out. This guy can take your job.
No, you have nothing to worry
I'll
about.
also say that I can sing. And I can also take your own job.
There were
The Asiko singer is set to bring back his Love Like a Movie concert, which blew away many lovers during the last Valentine with American Grammy Award-winning singer Kelly Rowland. It's a wrap on entertainment. Let's get back to the main news.
Thank you, Maiwa. And the main news again. The House of Representatives has held a public hearing on financial impunity and recklessness in government, with a charge by Speaker Aminu Tambuwal for public officials to maintain probity and accountability. Former Speaker Gali Umar Naba has challenged politicians to produce evidence of an agreement reached with President Goodluck Jonathan on his second-term bid. And the European Commission has revealed that the European Union economy loses at least 120 billion euros annually owing to corruption. And that brings us to the end of the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching.